So today we're going to be doing a DaVinci Resolve installation. This is my video editor of choice. I have the studio version of it. So all you do is go website, download, and if you have the studio license, you do this one. Otherwise, you do this one. They're both basically the same software, just this one has a bit more features and some, I think it's hardware acceleration, so it uses your GPU to encode and stuff like that. And I think this one has more limitations in that regard. I had this for Windows, but now I'm on Linux Mint. So if you're using this one, you use that Linux or this Linux. Linux Mint is what I'm on, version 22.2, I believe. Cinnamon edition. So it's gonna ask you for a bunch of information here. I skip this, just hit download only, and then it'll download, and then you'll get not all this stuff. You'll get this folder here, DaVinci Resolve Studio 20.2.2 Linux.zip. So then what you want to do is extract here. That'll give you two files. It'll give you the actual installation file, the .run file, and it'll give you installation instructions. And I found with this, I had a bit of trouble installing it because, well, I'll show you in a minute. Basically, it's going to give me problems because I don't have the proper packages. So before I'll just do it this way. Click on this to install. And it's going to say there's missing or outdated package system packages detected. And I'm missing all of this stuff. So before I even do that, I'm just going to go to the icon down here and make sure that my system is up to date. You can also go in terminal and do it through here and do sudo apt update, and everything's up to date. Let's see the system. Yeah, so here's my Cinnamon Mint 22.2. Another good thing to do before we even get started is to do a snapshot. So I had a few instances where I had to reset. So before I even go any further, I think I already have a new one, which is this one here. But we'll just create a snapshot. Basically, you're creating a restore point. If something happens, you can go back to this point. And while this is updating, I will have a beverage. Today I'm drinking Coors Banquet. Now, normally I'm drinking Coors Original, but I just came back from a trip to the States. We went to Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween. And so as you can see, Original and Banquet. This is a Canadian beer. This is the American beer. I don't know what the difference is, other than the can looks different. I mean, they're both the same size. 35. I think this says somewhere here. Right there. Same size. 55. So that's interesting that they're same cans, just different size. All right, so that's done. That's what's in here. The last restore. I'll name it before installing DaVinci Resolve. Just so I know what that is. Okay, So if I go by the instructions here, basically I've done this already. Go to the website, download the latest version, either Studio or non-Studio. Unzip the package, we did that. Install from the GUI. I tried to do that, saying I'm missing stuff. So I've seen a few forums online that say, okay, we'll just tell it to grab those packages. We can do that. I had problems with it finding certain packages. So what I have to do is I'll do basically this one here, the terminal installation. So we're gonna go change directory, squiggly downloads, spell that properly, downloads. This is navigating to our downloads, oops, jeez. Downloads folder, now we're there. And then we're gonna, basically, we already unzipped it, which would be this command here, unzip DaVinci Resolve. What we can do is do this, which is chmod. I think that's just checking something. And then now we're gonna do the actual copy and paste of the DaVinci Resolve. Run. And so it's the same problems here. So it's saying we're missing these packages. So I saw something, like what I'm gonna do real quick, open up my notes. So if I copy this and say sudo apt get and then paste that, I'm not in the right thing. I need to close this for a second. Get back here. Let's try that again. Sudo apt get nope, that was wrong. Not apt get, but package. Something about packages. I should do an auto purge actually too. Sudo apt auto purge. Okay. Oh, install. So sudo apt install, and then that is what I want to do. So that's the one it said I didn't have, one of them. And it's basically said it's reading where you get the package from. It installed it right there, one newly installed. I should have written down which ones I needed. Okay, I can do that. So we go, well, if I click this, let's say we're missing these ones. I'll make a new note right here, and I'll paste those there. So I saw if you do copy and paste all these, so you do sudo apt install, and you can put multiple. It should do all of them at once. Sometimes it says you have to do one at a time. So I'm just gonna do one at a time. And we'll go through. So sudo apt install, and this can be liba brutal, blah blah blah. This one is saying it installed it. And then we're gonna go up and change this one to the next one, which is, this one has a problem, I know that. Liba sound 2. Yeah, okay, so I think there's a few options I've looked in forums. There's a dev version, so I can do, so basically what's saying here is that there's actually two, it's a virtual, so this setting, LibaSound 2 is a virtual package provided by LibaSound 2 T64, Ubuntu, and I think there's two options here, the T64 and then the LibBoss 4 Salsa A sound. So saying we should install one of those two. So sure, I'll grab that. Oops, Command Shift. Sorry, did that wrong. I'm gonna copy this. Command Shift copy. If we're in the terminal, go back to there. Command Shift paste. I added one too many spaces there. Yes. This should be installed in that package. Okay, now we need to do sudo apt install and this one. So we're going to remove this, sudo apt install, Command Shift V, oops, there we go. This one's saying we already have it installed, and it's the newest version, so nothing's upgraded, nothing's installed, and nothing's removed, nothing's upgraded. Grab this guy, copy, up on the arrow keys to bring back the last command we just did. This one is saying one newly installed. And last one here, Command Shift V, and this one's saying installed as well. So they've all installed. Now, if I navigate it back to the installation portion, so if we do back to here, change directory. There we go. Change directory to the downloads, and then we do this one here, which is the elevated privilege with the sudo, and then basically we're running that script, or we're running that .run file, and it's still saying we have 4 that are outdated. Now I know this one installed, I know this one installed. This one we had a different problem with. I can even try doing this one again. Oh, come on. Okay, copy. Okay, installation canceled. So when I did that cancel right there, it came up with this message here saying I can skip the package check to bypass it, which I'll do that in a second. But I want to try to do one more thing, and that is to sudo apt install, and that last package, it was on 2, and then we do 2.dev. Okay, so I need to remove let's try to do this step now, which is, so we're in our we've navigated to our downloads folder, which is here. And we're going to run this command, but we're going to also add the skip package check 1 before we actually type in. I have it copy and pasted here. So manage B. So what we're doing here is sudo, and then we're doing the skip package check 1. I think I have to put a space there. We'll try that. No. Back here. Change directory. Downloads. Yeah, so sudo package check space. I should do it now. So we're skipping that package check thing, and then we're launching where it is. So for me, it's, if I go to the folder here, click this arrow, it tells you it's /home /Kyle/downloads, and then the name of the file. So we did that. We put skip package check equals 1, and then the location of the file, which is /home /Kyle/downloads, and then the name of the file, which is /DaVinci Resolve Studio. I should put. That's not gonna work. You'll see. Wasn't found because I didn't type it in properly. So this is what you would type in if you didn't have the studio version. But basically, you want to copy this script here. So DaVinci Resolve studio underscore 20.2 underscore Linux dot run, enter. This will install DaVinci Resolve on my computer. Yes. Do you agree to the terms and conditions? Yes. So that just skipped the error there saying we're missing packages, which I think we can install after the fact, but we'll see what happens here. We should be able to just boot up into DaVinci Resolve. Everything goes well. Okay, nothing says here how to do that. It's just freaking, it's off in the GUI, the GUI, and then this should just work. So right now we just got this guy here, just popped up, DaVinci Resolve. It's a good sign. And since we got this little pop-up here, that means we're done. So it installed it, and it installed it to opt resolve. So let's see. Double click on that guy, and fingers crossed that it works. If it does work, I'll put that line of text in the description of the video. But basically, you're following the installation instructions. You're skipping the GUI one. You can try the GUI first. If it doesn't work, then basically navigate to that downloads folder. Use this command, the chmod one, and then the sudo one is how you're missing packages. You can try to do that sudo apt install each package. Do that first. If it still says you do that all, it still says you're missing some, then do the skip package check, and hopefully you get DaVinci Resolve running, which we do not seem to be getting DaVinci Resolve running. Why do we not want to run? Okay, well, let's try this. So we're going to do the next problem here. Let's see if this fixes anything. Opt, resolve, libs. So we're, I don't know if we can get through here going this way. Home, oh, I better new documents. No. So it would be under OPT, Resolve, libs. So these are the packages in here, I think. Yeah. Sudo. Did I not type the password in right? So that made a folder here, old libs. And we're moving some files into here, I think. Sudo and move lib. Lib glib. Let's see what's in here. There's 3 of them. Lib. Actually, if I could just do this, I think this works. Or we can do this. Lib glib. Old libs. There we go. So I moved everything with that name to that folder. And that happened there. So the next one is lib geo search. There's 3 there. So if I do the same thing, we change this to geo. Those guys are gone. Okay. Lib g module. G module, gone. And then just want to see if this folder's here. So it's lib, go, oh, object. And there's 3 there as well. So G object, gone. Libs, old libs, and they're on here. What did that do? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hey, that's something. Okay, I'm gonna type in my license key, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I entered my license key in, hit continue, and that thing went away. The little banner that was there, the DaVinci Resolve banner. So, hey, don't know what's going on, but we'll find out very soon, hopefully. Just clear my desktop here a bit. Let's try launching it again, see what happens. All right, we're back. So, it took me a little while to get a solution to the problem. The biggest thing I did, go to driver manager, and by default it was set to use the open source driver right here. So you can see that. This guy here, I have a NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti, so it's recommended I use the NVIDIA drivers, not the open source video drivers. So I click on that and then hit basically apply changes. It'll install the drivers for your graphics card, then reboot the computer, and then on that point, I was also looking at other stuff, and I don't know if this was the fix or if that was the fix. Kind of both at the same time. I put this this command in the description, but it looks like this is changing the directory. So once you have DaVinci Resolve installed here, it's installing the other packages. So it's changing the directory to where Resolve is installed and the lib packages are installed, and then it's installing these named files here, essentially. So I had to do it in 2 steps. I had to go change directory first, and then I got rid of this and doing 2 at once, and then I just did this. And then once I did that, I opened up DaVinci Resolve, and it launched. So there's DaVinci Resolve. This is as far as I've gotten so far, is actually getting to this spot here. So I can just hit open, I guess new project, whatever, create, and we're in. This is DaVinci Resolve. All the pages are there. The edit page, cut page, everything. So that's how you get DaVinci Resolve on the next Mint. This is the studio version, but same process with the other one. I hope that helps. I mean, it was no easy task for me. I spent probably a couple days getting this working. I spent hours on forums and YouTube videos and everything. It's definitely not perfect. How do I get out of this freaking thing now? Just realized there's no buttons up there. Well, that's something I can deal with in a second. But it works, and that was the most important part. I went through a bunch of different, there's automatic scripts I tried doing. That didn't really work for me because I was missing these dependencies, and that was a big problem. I think this, combined with the driver manager, going to the NVIDIA driver, fix my problems there. So hope that helps. Thank you.